When it comes to the Terraria Calamity mod, you might feel a little overwhelmed if you're a new or even returning player. The mod just adds an over-encumbering quantity of astronomical bullshit into the already overflowing cauldron of content that exists within this silly little pixel game. So, here's a quick little run through of the general selling points of every class to help you figure out what class you should play. Let's start off with melee.
He's gonna full kill me before I get on my platform.
As you can plainly see, if you have any level of functionality in your eyeballs, melee damage is pretty insane. On top of the damage, a lot of melee accessories are just really fucking overloaded with defensive and offensive stats. And I'll say it straight up, if you suck balls at the game, like, this is gonna be the pretty much most optimal decision for you, is to play melee. But also, like, if you're good at the game, it's also kind of optimal because the damage is fucked. So you can just go Hulk hand roundhouse every fucking boss in the game if you know what you're doing. With weapon choices like the Fractured Arc, the True Biome Blade, and the Murasama, this class stays pretty relevant throughout every major progression point of the game. Which means you get to go Mike Textbook on the motherfucking boss. The range of weapons that melee has to offer are also pretty straightforward. I mean, it's literally just like, it's a ranged attack. You just shoot shit. So if you're a newer player, this probably appeals to you. You don't want to get too complicated. You're gonna have a fucking aneurysm. If you're into more challenging things, you can also go true melee and suffer greatly at every point in the game. But I mean, whatever gives you that feeling of accomplishment, like, who the fuck am I to judge? Overall, I'd say melee is really fucking strong. At minimum, like at bare minimum, it's insanely strong. So I mean, pick this class if you want to feel like the Great Wall of China if it was dual-wielding BFGs from Doom. Now, let's talk about the Magician variant of the Terraria classes available to be specialized in upon choosing a class preference in your run. The Mage's unique mechanic is the mana bar and how it functions. Your attacks pretty much create post-apocalyptic wastelands wherever you cast them until you use a mana pot. This is only really a problem until you unlock the mana flower in a bottle. But upon consumption of a mana potion, you will be inflicted with mana sickness. This is a debuff that decreases your magic damage, and if you turn into Badlands Chugs on the mana pots, it's gonna keep decreasing your magic damage until it caps at 50%. So the idea with the mage class is you want to blow your mana pool and then chill for like 3 seconds while it refills all the way to full and then blow it again. The fun part about the mage class is the insane variety of weapon choice you have. This is a lot different from melee in that sense. Sometimes you're using a staff, sometimes you're using a magic gun, sometimes you're using a fucking death laser. You do have a lot of options with this class. So play it if you have an insane level of ADHD and need to change your playstyle every 10 minutes. Overall, I would say it's pretty good and the damage is actually quite nice, so it gets a thumbs up for me. Alright, moving on to Summoner. Now, this might be like groundbreaking news, like this might be an eye-opener for you, but, hold on, believe it or not, the summoning class summons shit to fight for you.
Wait, there's no way that interaction is supposed to go that way. I don't think, but sure.
Boom. This gets really fun late game when your screen is so fucking full of the most random ass shit that you can't even see the shots that are on it. But the trade-off is that your minions just fucking roundhouse kick everything on your screen, so it's chill. Besides having minions, the summoner has sentries and whips to fight with. Now you might be thinking, which one do I use? Which one do I pick? I don't know. Calm down. You'll be using all of these at one time. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You pretty much just want to summon all of your minions, and then when you're fighting a boss, you drop a sentry and then whip the boss. That's it. It's very simple. I also should point out that in case you want to do like some hybrid ass bullshit, if you're not holding a summoning weapon, all of your other summons do less damage. This doesn't ever really become an issue because the weapons that the summoner has available are actually pretty fucking strong. Oh, you don't believe me? Okay. Watch how fast the Aquatic Scourge dies here.
What are you doing? Hello? Why can't you do that to the other boss?
Would I ever lie to you? So yeah, overall Summoner is pretty thin-ocular. The only downside this class actually has is like the amount of visual clutter it causes. And the defense is pretty cancer low, I won't lie. But you can fix that with the warding reforge, so I mean, it's up to you. Me personally, I just take menacing on everything, and then when I die, I cry. As for the visual clutter, you just need to grow the fuck up and deal with it, man. There's nothing changing it. At least when the minions are attacking for you, you can focus on the boss dodging. Overall, Summoner is insanely good, and I would say play it if you like fighting with whips, turrets, and armies of small children. It's time for the range discussion. I'm gonna open up with saying that compared to the other classes, this one is disgustingly average. But throughout the game, it does have a few pretty decent power spikes. Instead of having a unique mechanic, range just has a trillion different bullet types. So hey, if you're watching this video from Texas, this is the class for you. Hell yeah, brother, damn liberals can't take my guns away from me. Aside from every weapon being either a bow or a gun for the most part, you do get an insane arsenal to choose from. Like bows, shotguns, miniguns, sniper rifles, and whatever the fuck this thing is. Like I mentioned earlier, this class is pretty average, but I mean if you like guns and shit, or like if guns are banned in your country, I would say play this. It's not that bad. Now, on to my personal favorite, the Rogue class. This one has a mechanic that you're not gonna actually believe when I say it, so the Rogue class has a stealth mechanic. I know that's pretty mind-blowing, but that's the point that we're at. Wow. When you aren't attacking, your stealth bar builds up. When it's full, you press nuclear launch codes and send a spirit bomb to your cursor's location on the screen. With the lack of early accessories, Rogue has a tough time until you kill the wall of flesh. Then you can fully commit to the stealth playstyle. From that point on, you unlock a lot of accessories that synergize with stealth and promote making use of that stealth bar. Even though you're not always attacking, the damage is actually through the fucking roof. And overall, the playstyle is actually really fun, in my opinion. Like if I had to make a tier list for this shit, I would pretty much put Rogue at the top. I would say play it if you like a sort of hit and run play style. You build the stealth bar, click once, run away, you know the deal. And that about wraps up this video. The only thing I'm gonna say is hope you enjoyed. Got some more Terraria shit on my channel, and see you next time. Bye!